In this video, I'm going to show you how one KDP author and publisher has increased her online income by leveraging the work she initially did in creating the book covers to go on to diversify and create multiple streams of income. And I'm going to show you how you can do that too with some examples. So if you're looking to create an online business, whether it's publishing books on Amazon or a print on demand business, then follow along as I show you how and give you some ideas. Now, if you've not been to this channel before, then welcome. My name's Paul Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it. And that's your money I'm talking about. And if you do like videos like that, then please do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell to receive notification of when I produce more videos like this. So this video is number 3 in a 3-part series. In the first video, I showed you how to create a vintage style book cover using free images that were available online. In the second video, I showed you how to take images from a repository of over 1.3 million free images that were in the public domain, again to create a vintage style book cover. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to take it one step further to use those images that you created to diversify and create multiple streams of income. So I'm going to show you how to create a pattern, how to upload it and some sites where you can upload these patterns to create other products. And then at the end, we'll do a brief discussion on how you can market what you've created to hopefully get traffic and hopefully make sales. Now in the last video, I did mention that I was going to give away 2 book covers to 2 lucky winners that commented on the last video. And what I was going to give away was the nature logbook cover and the travel journal book cover that I did create in part 2 of this series. So we'll quickly go on to that. I've gone to comment picker and we're just going to start the raffle and pick a random winner. So the first winner is Adri Carla, and so we'll pick the next winner, and the next winner will be for the travel journal book cover. And this is Make Money with Video. So if you're one of those winners, then contact me by DMing me on Instagram and then I'll arrange sending you the PNG and the PDF files for the book cover. Okay, so let's get on with the main part of the video. Now, previously I looked at this publisher here called Alice Cantrell, and she created this range of books using these botanical style images which also have a vintage feel, and they are selling very well, as you can see here by the bestsellers ranks. But she didn't stop there. She created a website called Twig and Moth, has created this brand, and here you can see for sale are these other products. We've got posters, stickers, which are very popular in scrapbooking, and these can be purchased from her website. But also she created a shop on Society 6 where you can upload your designs and sell different types of products, and here these seem to be mostly prints. She also created a shop on Spoonflower. Now Spoonflower is mainly for soft furnishings and can be things like wallpaper, bedding, cushions, curtains and such like. And if we click here on this example, we can see that she's used her images to create a pattern which can be bought as a fabric or can be bought in things like these cushions here or a sort of duvet and pillow set. She also has created a shop on Etsy, again selling posters, prints, stickers and also spiral bound versions of her books, which would be very interesting because I do get actually a lot of questions asking me about creating spiral bound books from cover designs that you make. So I'll show you that in a moment when we get onto that stage of this video. Now here's just another suggestion for selling images that you create. And here on the hungryjpeg.com, you could create images that you can sell as packages. And you can see here this particular seller has got these collections of birds for sale, vintage birds. But as I showed you in part 2, there's lots of vintage images which you could download, modify in the ways that I showed you, and then use them to sell as packages of digital images on a site like this. So that's just another idea. So I'm just going to quickly draw what Alice Cantrell has done. So basically, she took the original images that she created and has created books on KDP. She's also created her own website. I apologise for my handwriting, it is awful. And also has created shops on Society6, Spoonflower, and Etsy. And so she's created this hub on her website which links to her books and to all these other pages or shops that she's created as well. So they all interlink, and so traffic can flow from one to the other, and therefore hopefully get more traffic and get those all important sales. So how do we go about creating a pattern that we can use to create other products? Well, first of all, I'm going to go over to Affinity Designer, and you'll remember from part 2 in this series I created this book cover with these individual images that I got from the Biodiversity Library website, and I converted these PNG JPEG images into vectors which can be moved about and edited. So what you need to do is click on an image, Command C or Control C to copy, and then just open a blank document and paste. Move that around about to the middle, and just holding down Command and left click of the mouse, just enlarge it, and then save this image, which I've done. I've just called it Butterfly 1, and then did the same for 2 other butterflies that we've got here. So I basically created 3 images. Now the important thing is each of these images has to be saved as a .svg file for it to work. So we've got the 3 images. Now we want to create a pattern, and so I did a quick Google search for pattern generators and came across this one here, Pattern Ninja, which I'll open up, and you're presented with this page here which we need to get rid of by just clicking on the right hand side here, create new pattern, and opening our blank page. Now we want to do a background, so we're going to have a slightly yellowy vintagey type background to this image. Then we want to pick an image, so we go to upload image and we choose one of the images we've just downloaded as an SVG file and allow that to upload to the site. And here we have our, I think it's a moth, and now if we click on our image, this can be enlarged, made smaller, or rotated. Now, I've noticed that when you do make a change, the effect isn't immediate. It just takes a couple of seconds for that change to take effect. So I want to upload 2 more images. So again, we just go through the same process, click on upload image and upload the other 2 images. And what I did was created this. So we've got our overall pattern there, which I think looks pretty good. So now what we want to do is click here on the right hand side where it says download the pattern. Now when you've done that, it will look like this. So once we've created our pattern, as I've done here, it's now a case of choosing our site that we want to upload it to where we can create other products. Now I showed you an example. We've got Society6 here, and at Society6 there are so many different items you can create: stickers, notebooks, mugs, duvet covers, pillows. There's also sites like Printful, which I quite like, because here you can create your products and sell those products on different websites. So it could be a website you've created, it could be a Shopify site, it could be on Amazon, eBay, it could be on Etsy, or again a website that you've created yourself on Squarespace. Now don't worry, I'm not going to go into a sales pitch on Squarespace. I have created websites before on Squarespace. It's very easy, they're very good, but that's not all I'm going to say about that. The example I'm going to show you today is going to be on Redbubble. Now Redbubble is free. You can open an account here and you're presented with these 3 options: create your products, set up a shop where you can add things like an avatar, a cover image, and links to your social media. And there's a section where you put in your details to get paid. I had a look at that, and the options for getting paid at this site is PayPal or direct deposit into a bank account. So if you haven't got either of those, that's going to be a bit difficult, so you may need to look at other options out there. So click on Add Designs and then click on Upload New Work. So I've clicked on the pattern that we created, that we downloaded, and you can see that's here. And you can put in a title for your work here and put in some tags that may be useful for search, things like, vintage, butterflies, moths, that type of thing, and a description of your work. We'll leave that for the moment because this is the most important thing here, and that is all the different types of products we can create. Now we've got these t-shirts, vests, etc. here. I don't think this pattern is really going to do well on a t-shirt, but we've got these other items here. We've got an iPhone cover. Now you can see here, this isn't going to look very good with just that little square. But if we click on choose pattern and then go on to regular grid, you can see it uses that tile to create the whole pattern that we saw earlier on Pattern Ninja. That looks quite good. We'll click on apply changes and we'll just click on disabled, and that now enables that. And I think that looks pretty good. And we can do the same for things like pillows or totes. I think these are called cushions. And again, we do the same. Click on edit. Now you can change the size of your image, change the background. But in this case, you don't need to do anything. Just click on choose pattern, click on regular grid, click on apply changes, click on disable to enable it. And there we have our cushion or pillow. It is so easy, and there's lots of different products you can create here. Phone wallets, laptop sleeves, there's even clothes you can create, mugs, and as I mentioned earlier, spiral notebooks. So we'll do that one quickly. Choose pattern, regular grid, apply changes, and there we have our spiral notebook. So for those of you who were wondering how to do that, here is one way of creating those. So with this, you could create your own shop within Redbubble, and you can do this for all different types of patterns that you could create, and you can have different themes. Here I've used a sort of moth butterfly theme. You could have insects, you could have birds, parrots, architectural images, vintage black and white type images. There's probably no limit to what you can do other than what's in your imagination. So this is a really easy way of creating a shop to sell other products. So you could create a website. I know Twig and Moth created their particular website on Squarespace, but you could do it on something like a WordPress website and use that as your hub. And on that website, you could advertise products that you've created in Redbubble, or use these same images to create products on Spoonflower or Society6 or on Printful. There really are quite a lot of options there for you. But in order to make sales, you're going to need some traffic. And this is the same if you've got books published on KDP Amazon. I show you shown you in other videos how to get traffic using keywords, but you can also get traffic by running Amazon ads to your books. But how could you get traffic to products you've created in the method that I've just shown you? Well, if we go back to the drawing that I made, what we've got here is our KDP books. Again, as I said, you could run Amazon ads. But what about our website and these other resources we've created on Society6, Spoonflower and Etsy? Well, you could run ads. So you could run Facebook ads or even Google ads. You could create a Facebook page, have a Facebook page around your niche. In this case, it could be for those people that are interested in vintage images or vintage soft furnishings, that type of thing. You could also join various Facebook pages by, searching on Facebook for different groups, and from there, making comments, but not spamming, but eventually, providing links to say, hey, look, what do you think of this that I've created? Another method would be to create an Instagram page, which is very good for visual type products like this. You've got Pinterest, again, which is a big resource for uploading images of objects that you've created, mixing them with other people's products, and getting sales by providing links from the images that you show either to your website or to where you've got your products listed. And I suppose you've also got things like YouTube. You could create a channel around something that's related to the products that you've created, and again from there make some or get some traffic and make some sales. So that's just a little brief, broad outline of a simple marketing program, but it's very effective. You know, if you can get traffic to a website, get traffic to your books, and from there get traffic to your other products, you know, this could work very well and would help also in building quite a good brand which has value, like Twig and Moth has done here, as I've showed you. And that's something that, you know, in the future, if you did build up, make lots of sales, would have value that you could then sell on if you wanted to, or just keep on receiving a, you know, a passive type income. And the beauty of this is all the stock is just digital. You're not owning any physical stock. You're not having to send out things yourself. It's all done digitally and online. So it really is leveraging the work that you've put in. Now, if you haven't seen that second video in the series that I did on creating vintage book covers or using vintage images to do what I've just shown you today, then watch this video next where I show you how to do that. If you've enjoyed the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you very much for your time. It's very much appreciated. And until next time, goodbye.